COVID-19. Kano Islamic leaders oppose Ganduje'S decision to allow congregation-held prayers. Khalil said Ganduje'S decision risks increasing the number of COVID-19 cases in the state. The Kano State Council of Alomas has spoken against the decision of Governor Abdullahi Ganduje to allow mosques and churches to reopen in the state. Head of the council Ibrahim Khalil, while speaking on BBC Hausa service on Wednesday, said such step has to be taken with caution. Khalil said Ganduje's decision risks increasing the number of COVID-19 cases in the state. Kano State Governor Ganduje is said had the government consulted with the Council of Ulamas, it would have told it to give priority to the health of the people. Ganduje had on Monday said Friday congregational and Eid al-Kabir prayers would be held in the state while physical distancing rules would be obeyed. Mohammed Garba, Commissioner for Information in the state, who made the disclosure, revealed that the measure was to bring a relief of 12 hours per week to the residents of the state as recommended by the Presidential Task Force. Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje has directed the state Ishba board to hold a meeting with imams and deploy its personnel to Friday Jumo at mosque across the state to ensure that worshippers comply with personal hygiene through maintaining social distancing, hand washing with soap, use of hand sanitizer and face masks. Government considers it convenient to allow the conduct of Eid prayers on the Salah day in all the 5 emirates in the state, during which restriction of movement has been lifted from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. under strict observance of safety and prevention protocols, the commissioner stated. Wow, that is the governor of Kano State for you. When it comes to prayers, he doesn't joke with prayers. But one thing is that while some people are complaining of the fact that he is trying to lift lockdown because of these prayers on Friday, a lot of people are still happy about the fact that lockdown is being lifted. When you go on social media right now, there's been a lot of viral complaints that why would the governor of Kano State decide to lift lockdown simply because of prayers. Meanwhile, some people are still of the opinion that it is a very good idea that he has lifted this so-called lockdown, that we have to pray. Some people were like, we have to pray that the virus understands the timing. It understands when it's supposed to operate. Can you hear that? He said the virus understands when and when it's supposed to operate. That is why Ganduje himself has studied the condition of the virus. That sounds funny anyway, but the thing is, I think he's just walking by faith. Yes, I think Ganduje is just walking by faith because the way the whole thing is going, if care is not taken, a lot of things will go wrong after the so-called lifting. In fact, even if the so-called virus will be lifted for the next 1 hour, if care is not taken, because if people get to meet each other and you don't know who is who, you don't know who must have contracted this virus, and that's the problem. You don't know who is who. Within an hour, anything can be transmitted. And you know the situation in Kano State before now. People were just dying mysteriously because they don't know what the cause of the death was. But a lot of people had it in mind. They believed that it was COVID-19 that was killing people. That you can't tell me people were just dying like that when you know that there is a virus that is killing people. So that had made the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to announce lockdown for some weeks in the state. But now the governor of Kano State had said the lockdown will be lifted on Friday, simply because people have to pray. And a lot of people had gone against this, while some are jubilating that our governor knows what he's doing. Well, either he knows what he's doing or not, but everybody needs to be very careful at this time, because Kano State, the people of Kano, as I know, they are very careless when it comes to hygiene. So sorry to say, there was a video I watched online. A young man from Kano State, after washing his hands in a bowl, the next thing he carried the water and drank. That he has killed coronavirus. You can imagine. It's only God that will help us in this country. I pray that everything will go on successfully, and the good Lord will continue to protect Nigerians, and that is my prayer. One thing about the people of Kano, or should I say one thing about some people, no matter, irrespective of the position they are handling, they will never say they want to go against the rules and regulations of the land. That is the case of the Kano Islamic leaders in Kano State. They have gone against the decision, and they have opposed the decision of the governor of Kano State, Governor Ganduje'S, about allowing prayers to be held on Friday. Now it has been gathered that the governor of Kano State is applying an uncommon wisdom after consulting about 30 Islamic scholars, and he had lifted the lockdown on Mondays, Thursdays, and Friday for Islamic prayers. So according to a doctor now, Dr. Olufumi, said the so-called virus understands the situation on ground. That is, she said the virus understands the change in plans. You can imagine. That is to tell you that according to them, the virus can be controlled. When they have important things, the virus needs to relax for people to perform their duties. Then after, the virus can resume. That is what she's trying to say. But on my own point of view, I see it that, well, as far as the country is concerned, this is Nigeria. No matter what, a lot of things will go wrong. When some people are saying yes, some will be saying no. And in the case of, there was a video that had gone viral yesterday. People were like, the video of people in an isolation center dancing, all sort of dancing anyway, enjoying themselves with face masks inside isolation center. They were both male and females dancing as if they were in the club. We were not like, what kind of COVID-19 is this that abroad, when people are experiencing this so-called COVID-19, a lot of people will be feeling pains, and there's nothing like jubilation. But in the part of Nigeria, that's where you see people dancing, doing all sorts, jubilating, bouncing on each other, and the rest of it. So it has not made people to say, are you sure the COVID-19 in Nigeria is not a scam? You understand? So it's because the way people are jubilating as if nothing was wrong. That is to tell you that Nigerians are stubborn when it comes to believing one thing or the other. Well, that's the way I see it. But for the fact that there will be lifting of lockdown because of prayers in Kano State, well, what I will suggest is people should be very careful and follow the directives by wearing face masks, washing of their hands regularly. But when it comes to social distancing. I don't know how they are going to comply with this, because definitely there's going to be a lot of crowd when the prayers will be held. So I don't know how they are going to manage this situation, but my prayer is that the good Lord will continue to protect his people. Amen. Well, let me have your take on this, and remember to subscribe for more updates. Thanks and God bless.